Love 15.
So it's time for men's singles to decide matters here in the match between the Singapore Slammers and the Japan Warriors. Kyrgios for the Slammers up against Kohlschreiber for the Warriors.
Love 30. Japan Warriors.
Kohli, I think that's what I'm going to start calling him.
Yeah, it's a nice nickname as long as you can deliver in the clutch.
Did it twice in the doubles on back-to-back points. You're a hard man to please, Jason Goodall.
Yeah. 18 all now. Things are warming up very nicely.
Games. Singapore Slammers, 1 game all.
Slammers with a slender lead, 19-18. Incredible effort there from Kyrgios. A couple of superb digs. Kohlschreiber handed him an opportunity to stay in the rally there.
Great quality, wasn't it? That's the one. But again, Kohlschreiber's great understanding of the game. The slightly easier passing shots tend to go cross court.
40-15.
Is Jael putting in enough effort on the bike there?
I mean, does it count? Because when you go home, right, you're going to tell everybody you were on the bike.
Yes, for an hour a day. Definitely cheating. I have to have a word with them about that later on.
Game. Japan Warriors.
Kohlschreiber with a slight edge at the moment, 2-1. It's nice and tight, the early stages of this men's singles encounter between Kyrgios and Kohlschreiber. Kohlschreiber, of course, representing the Japan Warriors, as did Leander Paes earlier today. Delighted to say that he's joined us now courtside. Leander, it's Jason Goodall alongside Robbie Koenig. Welcome and congratulations, playing some really good doubles there with Philipp. How are you enjoying your time playing here in India?
Good day, boys. It's just wonderful to be back home and play in front of our home crowd fan. I don't get that often a chance to come back and play. I play maybe 1 or 2 Davis Cups a year. We play the Indian Open in Chennai.
Yep.
But to come here and entertain the crowd is just wonderful, boys.
It's difficult for us that don't hail from India to understand just how huge a superstar you are all over the world, but especially here at home, and what it's like to come home and kind of embrace that. Just try and describe it to us a little bit.
Well, it's a very humbling feeling to have the responsibility to play for 1.3 billion people, and over the last 30 years for playing for the country, it's just been wonderful to actually come in and see the reverence and the respect that I get whenever I either walk the streets or come out to play in a stadium or even back at the hotel. There are just tons and tons of people outside the hotel just wanting pictures, autographs, and in one respect, you know, it makes you want to be careful about it. But in another respect, you want to share with them, because you never know who you can motivate, boys. You never know which young kid is going to come out and be the next star. So for me, I love that responsibility to motivate the young kids and give them something to strive hard for.
And of course, you're still enjoying an awful lot of success on the tour, and next year is an Olympic year. And I was hearing yesterday, incredibly, that you're up for a 7th consecutive appearance. I mean, that must be a record. It's
giving away his age there, Jason.
Exactly, easy there, Jay.
No, but it's something you should be very proud of, obviously.
Mate, it's just, I think you've got to be a little bit crazy, but at the same time, just very, very lucky to have a great team around me who keep me healthy, keep me motivated, and just going to the Olympics is like a dream for me. I've already coveted a singles medal, so to be able to covet another one in either doubles or mixed doubles would just be fantastic for me.
And it's a little bit in the genes, I believe, isn't it, Lee? Because Dad was pretty decent as well.
That's right, Robbie. Never let me sit at the dining table till I won my first Olympic medal.
Nice. I mean, you must be very proud of all your exploits and the fact that you're going back to the Olympics again, I'm sure.
Mate, I'm very, very blessed with my family, my parents, my 2 sisters. They've just been phenomenal in motivating me over the years and just being pillars of strength with me through thick and thin. So to Dad and Mom and my whole team around me, just a humble thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us, Leander. Best of luck this afternoon and with the remainder of your matches on the IPTL and, of course, next season.
Thanks, boys. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Leander.
Backhand is so good. Doesn't try and do too much with it. It's all about getting the ball below the height of the net. There's Nick's mum.
I'm sure she had a haircut since yesterday.
She was wearing that hat yesterday. I don't know if that was maybe throwing you a bit of a curveball.
I was one of those famous Indian googlies.
Yes.
Singapore service challenging the call on the service line.
Sorry. Sorry? Challenge.
40-30. Singapore Slammers have called a Coca-Cola power point. The next point is worth 2 points to the receiving team.
That is incredible.
That's incredible. That is incredible, mate. Well done.
Japan
Overall scores are locked, 20 games each.
30-15.
Play quickly.
40-15.
Very fast ball his opponents. Big serves. Kohlschreiber is ready for whatever Kyrgios is throwing at him right now.
And he tried to throw the no-look at him, didn't he? Off the drop shot here, and it didn't work.
Cheeky Kyrgios there, gave it just enough.
What a lovely shot that was. He enjoyed it, didn't he?
Watch the body English as well as he plays the shot. Beautiful.
He's got a great imagination on the match court, hasn't he?
Love 15.
Moving well, both these guys. Kyrgios suggesting he's going to make a concerted effort to work hard on his physical conditioning in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, he said he realised that was important, didn't he? And he's injury-free now, which is always good. He did have 1 or 2 problems with his arm last season, or this season.
15.
And he wanted some input from you on his backhand, didn't he, the other day?
Yep. Doesn't have to hit it so close to the line there. Because he takes it early, you can bring the margins in. I don't see enough players faking for my money, as Kyrgios did there. It's important to have the odd off-the-ball movement, get in the eye line of your opponents. I also see it when a lot of players hit a poor volley, they just stand there instead of trying to hustle.
How's that for an injection of pace? Chance to break here.
Game.
It's a great little return and some lovely variation from Kyrgios throughout the course of that game.
4 games to 3.
And it's 4-3.
15 love.
I've loved his attitude throughout the competition because he's loved the team format, but he's played very seriously too. It's obvious, Robbie, that he hates to lose, and he brings really good energy to the bench. He's always happy to get involved in other matches as well, giving them plenty of support.
That's nice. What about finding the balance as well? Understand what your teammate needs. Do they need a lot of input, or is it just a one-liner? And sometimes it's just, you know, keeping them jovial. Taking the edge off the situation, perhaps. Nick's good at doing that. Oh, he hit the spot. Kohlschreiber will be all over the return, as we saw in the dubs. He was leaning that way, in all fairness to Kyrgios, anticipating that serve.
Game. Singapore Slammers.
Very good serving.
Singapore Slammers lead 5 games to 3.
Don't have to get too many cheap points off Kohlschreiber's backhand. So Kyrgios doing an excellent job there of keeping him guessing. Slammers up 5-3 now. Kohlschreiber's teed it up very nicely for us, Robbie. Next 3 games, and we're all set.
Yes. 2 games plus the shootout, and if he wins 6-5, of course that would then take us into a super shootout, because the total number of games would be equal.
What's the difference between a normal shootout and a super shootout?
A normal shootout, first to 7, sudden death 6 all. Of course, super shootout means more. So first to 10, sudden death at 9 all.
Japan Warriors challenging the call on his service line. Ball is called fault.
Ooh.
Game. Japan Warriors.
It was decent, wasn't it? Just 5-4 now.
At 23 apiece, and of course the super shootout then is first to 10. 9 all sudden death points if it gets to that.
Singapore Slammers. Ladies and gentlemen, make as much noise as you like when the players are not playing, but don't call out just before the player is about to serve. Please. Thank you. 6-3 Singapore Slammers.